Right, and we are back. Workbook, page 7. Everybody here with me? I'm going to get my black marker. All right, so page 7. The question is, what do they need? Right, what do they need? Let's look at the picture. What do they need? All right, they need some carrots. Very good. 1, 2, 3 carrots. So it can't be a carrot. It has to be some carrots. Number 2, what do they need? Very good. They need a potato. Only one. Number 3, what do they need? They need an onion. Remember, onion starts with O. So we have to use the word un, not a. Un. Number 4, what do they need? They need some peppers. Very good. Some peppers because 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 peppers. Number 5, what do they need? They need some tomatoes. Very good. And number 6, what do they need? They need a cabbage. Only one. So they need a cabbage. Now, down at D, what does it say? Write. So we need to write. Look at the picture. I know it's a little bit dark, but you can see there's a carrot. How many carrots? Just one carrot. And then number 2, what are those? Potatoes, right. How many potatoes? 5 potatoes. Good. And number 3, what are those? They are cabbages. How many cabbages? 2 cabbages. Number 4, can you see what are those? Oh, sorry, there's only one. What is that? It's a tomato. Only one tomato. Number 5, what is that? It's a pepper. Very good. Number 6, what are those? They are onions. So we know with carrot, tomato, pepper, there's only one. So we're going to use the word a. But with potatoes and cabbage and onions, there are many. So what word do we need to use? Some. Very good. We're going to use the word some. Some. And you can always change the word some with the number. Like you can say we need 5 potatoes or we need some potatoes. Both are good. Okay, so first we have to write the question, then the answer. So the question is the same. It doesn't matter how many, the question is the same. So the question is, what do they need? So right now, I want you to pause the video, or you can keep watching with me, and we're going to write, what do they need for all the questions, okay? Don't forget to trace number 1. What do they need? Number 2, what do they need? Don't forget your capital letter and your question mark, right? Number 3, what do they need? Number 4, what do they need? What do they need? I'm writing very small because the line is very small on my computer. What do they need? All right, if you're not done writing the question yet, you can just stop and pause the video and you can finish writing the question. The question is the same for everyone. Don't forget capital W and question mark. Whenever there's a question, we need a question mark. All right, for number 1, what do they need? They need a carrot. And how do you spell carrot? C-A-R-R-O-T, period. It's not a question, it's a sentence, a statement. So we say they need a carrot. Number 2, what do they need? Well, we already gave ourselves the hint, some. So they need some potatoes? They need some potatoes. Capital T, they need some potatoes. Okay, don't forget the period. Number 3, what do they need? Very good. They need some cabbages. How do you spell cabbages? C-A-B-B-A-G-E-S, period. We also have it, it's also up here, some cabbages. So you can see it right there. You don't have to look at another paper. But it's very good if you can remember the spelling. So when we have a test or when you're writing a letter, you can just remember how to spell the words. All right, number 4, what do they need? Remember, there's only one. So we say they need a tomato. To-may-to, period. That's an easy word to spell. To-may-to. Number 5, what do they need? Very good. They need a pepper. How do you spell pepper? Pep-per. Very good. P-E-P-P-E-R. Pep-per. Also up here. And number 6, what do they need? They need some onions. Very important when we use the word some, notice it's some cabbages. They need some onions. They need some potatoes. So we always have to put the S on the end to show that it's more than one. Okay, when you're done with that page, let's go to the next page. Page 8. Ooh, let me find it. All right. So page 8 goes along with the story that we read. So remember in the story, we had started with a question. 점심에 뭐 먹을 거예요? How can you say that in English? Very good. What's for lunch? We can see that here. What's for lunch? So that's number 1. Okay, so what's for lunch? You're going to answer with a food. French fries. Nope. What's for lunch in this picture? Soup and salad. Right, so we can see soup and salad is here. So that's number 2. And the boy, he's hungry and he's like, 맛있겠어. What does he say in English? That sounds good. That sounds good is number 3. And then finally they're eating. He says, yum, this tastes good. 이거는 맛있어요. It's delicious, right? So there's number 4. All right, so for the next activity, it's more find and write. So I want you to stop the video and I want you to try and do it by yourself, okay? And then after you try by yourself, then start again and come back and watch the rest of the video. All right, so stop. Try it. Are you done? Okay, let's come back together. All right, so we can look at the pictures and we have the words here to help us so we spell the words correctly. Some of these words like spaghetti, they're hard words to spell. So we learn by practicing. We have to keep practicing. All right, so question number 1, what's for dinner? Well, let's see, here's dinner. Okay, and there's a line here. So what do you see? Steak and French fries. Steak and French fries. That sounds great. All right, so let's write what's for dinner? Steak and French fries. Don't forget your question mark. Steak is going to have a capital S. Steak and French fries. And then what do we have to put at the end? Period. That's right, we need a period. Oh, I didn't write the and, sorry. Steak and French fries. And the answer is, that sounds good. That sounds good. Period. All right, let's look at number 2. It just says what's. We've got a line over here. What's our word? Lunch. That's right. So we're going to say, what's lunch? What's for lunch? What's for lunch? What's for lunch? Question mark. What's for lunch? Soup and salad. Soup and salad. We're going to put a period at the end. And we're going to say, that sounds good. That sounds good. With a period. All right. Maybe it doesn't sound good. You're like, oh, that doesn't sound good. But don't say that, because that's not polite if somebody's offering you food. All right, what's for lunch? Soup and salad. That sounds good. Or you could say, that doesn't sound good. I want French fries. And your mom will say, just try it. All right, that sounds good. Number 3. Here we are, number 3. Let's follow the line. And it's for dinner. All right, so what's our question? What's for dinner? Very good. Capital W, apostrophe S. What's for dinner? What's for dinner? This is bread. So we have spaghetti and bread. We'll say bread and spaghetti. Bread and spaghetti. Period. Make sure your bread is capitalized, okay? Even though here it's a small b, when you're writing it as a sentence, you have to make it a big B, okay? Bread and spaghetti, period. And then we're going to say, that sounds good. That sounds good, period. Okay, last one, number 4. You got this. All right, over here, we're going to have lunch again. So our question is, what's for lunch? What's for lunch? Question mark. And what do we have? Bread and soup. Right. So I'm going to say again, bread and soup. Period. And what do we say? Very good. That sounds good. That sounds good. All right. And that's all for today's lesson. You did 2 workbook pages. We did 4 pages in your student book for full review. And the last thing I have for you is the last link is a homework link. So I want you to go to quizzes and take the quiz for Unit 1 and check your understanding of the material that we've been studying, okay? Because coming up next, we just have 2 more pages and then we're going to take the Unit 1 test. You got this. See you soon. Bye.